You know, in life, it takes a lot for someone to go from a place of pain to a place of comfort to a place outside of their comfort zone and beyond. And, you know, people talk to me all the time and they'll mention Patrick Grabs. They'll say, you know, man, I watched Pat really level up since he's been with you, Ryan, and I watched Pat's life really change. And, you know, when I first met Pat, he was this mad, pissed off dude that was living in a shithole apartment and dealing with shithole neighbors and really dealing with, you know, a stuck mindset, mad at the government all the time and feeling like a victim of society. And, you know, I've watched him evolve through working with me and going to seminars and reading books. He's like one of these guys that, like, when he latches on to something, he latches on to it. And, you know, when I first met him, he was trying to sell backpacks online. And I'm like, bro, that's not really your future. You know, like, you're not, when's the last time I heard you come over and try to sell me a backpack? You're not really passionate about that. And what Patrick likes to do is he likes to wake people up. You know, he knows that a lot of people are asleep, and he knows that a lot of people return to their comfort zone. I mean, he comes from a family that wasn't fortunate. You know, he comes from a past drug addiction. He comes from, you know, having to go through some really rough stuff in his life, and he's seen some shit. That's what I'm saying. And he's seen some shit and come out the other side. Like, I've literally watched him evolve from a dude that lived in the hood to a guy that's living good. You know, he's up in his high rise in uptown and driving a nice vehicle and doing his own thing and, you know, wearing fancy bracelets and wearing, like, you know, what I would consider kind of flashy, peacocky kind of clothes and stuff. But he's coming to his own right. And so, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that could use the help of a real motherfucker. I know. And there's lots of people out there pretending it, taking, you know, pictures in front of Airbnb houses and Toro cars and everything else. And they say they came from humble beginnings and shit like that, but their parents gave them money and stuff like that. Pat's not one of those guys. And so if you are tired of being a sheep, you're tired of being mad at the news, you're tired of, you know, getting pissed off about this, that, or the other, you're tired of losing in life, I would hit Pat up, man. He really knows what he's doing because he's been through that shit. You know, very few people have actually been through some shit. A lot of people say they did some shit and they say a bunch of stuff, but like, I know Pat personally. I watched him make the evolution from prison to Men's Warehouse to working at the car dealership to working with me to, you know, being this guy that's disenlightened. You know what I'm saying? This guy that has paid attention over the years. There's been a lot of people that work for me that ain't amounted to shit. They've gone on to have worse thinking than when they left me. They've gone on to be pissed off at the world because things didn't work out for them right. Pat's not one of those guys. So if you're looking for somebody to wake you up and give you maybe an alternative way of thinking and open your mind to a new way of thinking, Pat's your guy.